Greetings, Earth Angelics of all Star Nation legions, here now in this timeline, fully awake, fully aware, on mission for this great ascension for all humanity and all life in all timelines, dimensions, realms. Today, I am so fired up with all this love energy, higher dimensional codes, and goddess energy, fully embodied here on Earth, Pachamama, rising up into the new Eden, the new Earth of eternal bliss consciousness. So much has happened in the last 24 hours with these downloads, activations. Everything is shifting and amplifying at an accelerated rate. We're anchoring in these energies deep into the heart, into the crystalline core of Gaia. So with all these intense waves, what I'll be doing is still reading the transmissions to keep some linearity, and then at the end of these, just speak from my heart as best as I can, as the heart is fully open now, fully awake. My queen from Venus is making sure that nothing's stopping love now. So we had a powerful higher dimensional wave, gamma wave, coming in today, which showed up as a 66 hertz on the Schumann charts, which is also connected to the 12 of the divine goddess, divine feminine, our sacred condor, which of course is definitely connected to the Venusian energy. No doubt anymore. The doubt is being removed. Now we are activated in pure faith and pure love of divine source. Again today, there are 113 M1.5 or greater earthquakes. The ring of fire of the Lemurian energy totally lit up, totally activated. The crown again today, Sandpoint, Alaska. It's like what we call the Bai Hui at the top of the skull, which is the crown, the north of the ring of fire. 6.1 amplitude earthquake today. Again in the sacred Andes Mountains. The Kundalini rising up, fully activated, nothing stopping divine goddess now, no doubt about that. Peru 4.2, which is at the 17 latitude, 69 longitude. So we have the 17 energy and the 69, with both energies connected to freeing consciousness from all time loops, and also activating our deepest love codes. Guam had a 4.6 magnitude. We also had another powerful 4.9 in Peru, the sacred Andes Mountains, close to the epicenter, which was 10 latitude, 74 longitude, 33.2 miles from a region called Oxapampa, which is connected to the union of the eagle and the condor, the Papa and the Mama of heaven and earth, preparing us for this final leap of consciousness, this quantum leap. We had this trinity of earthquakes in Oceania, in the west rim of the Ring of Fire. We had a 5.0, a 4.5, and a 4.6 to activate this sacred pyramid with the portal in the middle, the vortex, which is Fiji, the sacred vortex there, which is being released from all past, we'll say, indiscretions, and in the sacred Himalayan mountains, a 4.0, which is the original Kundalini of Earth. The fire path shifted to South America around 1945 after several events that shook this realm, activating this final mission we're on. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Laura Pleiadian, this DNA activation is for divine union. What you think and how you perceive things are based on the frequency of your consciousness filters. The more pure the reception, the greater the response is through the heart. The greater the filters, the more patterns of mind, thought, emotional reactions, baggage come into play and override the natural heart state of eternal being. Ascension and being your divine ascended being is the pure, natural state of being. That is, being in union with the eternal you beyond form. Your attachments to form and waves of being are the interference that is unnatural to the state of pure union. You question this and that, to whom or what does the answer respond to? Surely you are aware enough to know the next levels are only understood once you are initiated into them. This is not meant to be a complicated process. It is not the union state. What is complicated is the meaning you give to your attachments that justify your current state. Why question the self that does not know? Instead, focus on complete union. That is, if you are ready to let go of all of those attachments, to ideas, to ways things should be, according to your mind. For the heart in the natural pure state of being does not require anything of a future. It only exists now through purified hearts that have let go of their old ways and patterns. How can you expect something new as you cling tightly to your fears? That is not greater union. That leads to greater separation from the pure state. In the stillness of the moment, of only now, is there all that all desires, the perfect union, the love, the fullness, the completion, the ascension. In this moment we activate your DNA, which is not based on time. It is only now. In love, we activate you now. From the new divinehumanity.com, from Divine Sister of the Light, Meg Benedict. Building in momentum since the 3 eclipses, a galactic superwave is streaming through the 8-8 Lionsgate portal and blessing humanity with a powerful ascension upgrade. It is blasting the veils of illusion and delusion, revealing hidden shadow lurking within. The galactic superwave is a very powerful surge of galactic photonic light, force from the central sun that is awakening all souls to a world reality they never knew existed, a world beyond duality. The Lion's Gateway opens during the heliacal rising of blue star Sirius, brightest star in the sky, and peaks on August 8th in alignment with the Giza Pyramid Sphinx coordinates, in a spectacular display of light-encoded waves streaming through the portal and into the earth plane. All are bathed and blessed with the lion's heart of courage, strength, and freedom. Leo Lion is the symbol of the heart center, creativity, and strength. In Giza, the Sphinx represents the magnetic field aligned with the electrical force field in the pyramid. The 8-8 Lion's Gate is a celebration of the ancient Lemurian lineage many lightworkers carry within their soul code and bloodline, dating back to the Syrian seeding of Christ consciousness in Lemuria and Zep-Tepi, Egypt. Many are being activated by dormant key codes, waiting for this momentous occasion. The ancient Egyptians celebrated the annual event when star Sirius aligned with the Great Pyramid and Sphinx, forming a frequency receptor of celestial light transmission. This gateway creates an incredible period of accelerated ascension. On August 8th, we will join together with light warriors in the quantum flow of the golden ratio spiral and travel to the galactic center. We will step into the crystal Stargate at the great central sun, connect with the 8-8 Lion's Gate, and enter pure consciousness, untapped potential. We are stepping into Source Creator. You can join other Earth Keepers, grid workers, and star beings all around the world on August 8th at Meg Benedict's website, newearthcentral.com. And today from Here in the Moon Astrology, Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. When we walk to the edge of all the light we have and take a step into the darkness of the unknown, we must believe that one of 2 things will happen. There will be something solid for us to stand on, or we will be taught to fly. From Patrick Overton. We are currently in between times and in between worlds, in between a 3rd dimensional to 5th dimensional consciousness shift, and so, here and now in 2020, these are literally and metaphorically end times. From August 2020 to December 21st, 2020, we are in the eye of the storm, passing through the eye of the needle. From what was to what is to become, navigating between January's epochal Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn and December's beacon of hope, Saturn-Jupiter conjunction at 0 degrees Aquarius. This current extended period of the void is frustrating to those conditioned to view perpetual action and unending and seemingly forward-moving momentum as good, and stillness, standstill, or in between as being bad, indicating that there is something wrong when neither is the case. The in-between can be an uncomfortable space simply because if your mind is in the driving seat, it's like nothing more than to delineate things in black and white, stop, go, start, finish. It gets very attached to thinking about how things should be or used to be or could be. It constantly reruns those stories in your mind so much, you don't have eyes for anything new. It's simply a phase, a passage, a lily pad, part of a cycle, and a potentially progressive and fertile one. Though the not knowing facet of it can seem unbearable at times, a liminal space is a transitional or transformative space between one point in time and space and the next. A sense of being on the verge of something along with a feeling of disorientation in the middle stage of a rite of passage. Frame it as a universal rewrite. This next phase is going to be everything you've deeply longed for, but probably nothing like you think it will be. For some of us, this will involve moving familiar missions roles aside so that a brand new or new level mission can be birthed from this new space. And in the process, life is rearranging itself. You are withdrawing your focus and attention from the things that used to matter to you, from distractions that you thought were important, in order to redirect all your energy to the new and true. Keep in mind that you are engaged in magnetic, physical healing, repair, and integration. Don't jump straight into the next before you experience the now. You need to be rose-rooted before you can create next season's growth. There's nothing to do, be, practice, or ritualize. Just be willing to have your personal thinking about yourself and life disrupted, disturbed, and disrobed, revealing the creative source potential and power underneath it. From here in the moonastrology.co.uk. And with this intense, powerful energies and connections on the deepest level, being disrupted, disturbed, or disrobed isn't even close to explaining what is going on here, bro stars and sisters of the light. But we know this is it. Not even 30 years or more of training prepared us for what is here now. But that is okay. We ride the waves and go with the flow, and each day is a new adventure. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru, looking up is like looking within. Both connect you with expansive possibilities. Beloved ones, right now, the cosmic kite planetary alignment has us looking within and looking up. Just like a kite rising high into the sky, you see all that is possible. For some, this could be agitating, as perhaps you're unhappy with where you are. Compared to where you'd like to be, you see the kite shows us all. Especially influential is that we now begin 22 master days. Focus on what I have to say about how we'll all be influencing you. The final days of July bring with them some of the most potent, rewarding, and challenging lessons of the entire month. Many people could be feeling restless with their current place and space in life, from career to relationships to just wanting more for you. The urge to be saturated in more loving energy is huge. Soul is calling. You see, there's a lot going on cosmically. I said back in early July that this period would be intense, and so it is. From ElizabethPeru.com. And intense doesn't even describe what is going on here. I know there's a lot of mystery here. It'll all come to light here very soon with these activations. And when this will happen, when all this will come together, when the wings of the condor and the eagle gently touch, is when the time is right. And no one knows when that day is. The event is the holy matrimony, the holy union, when two worlds meet, heaven and earth. Today, from the Archangelic calendar, Gaia is in the water element, and it is an indication that we are flowing on a higher timeline with grace and ease. This setting is a beautiful sign of our success in bringing forth a higher time-space reality. We settled firmly into this timeline, and thus the quantum drama will be allowed to play out. We have made it our absolute goal to seek the highest possible road, and this is what we have accomplished. Going through the portal that we have created has given many quantum motion sickness, but this is only consequences of a much better timeline. We did terrific pulling ourselves through this portal. Let's take a look around and decide if we wish to stay or attempt to pull up once more Even when you are on the highest possible timeline, choosing preference within it will reveal even higher ones from where we stand. The changes in Mars indicate the changes in the energetic and electric frequencies of our solar system and galaxy, Surtsey. The sun has changed colors many times throughout our lives, and with each new light comes different engineering specialties. This light spectrum will drastically change the atmosphere on Mars and cause people to become interested in the habitation of the planet. These feelings are typical for the changes that we have just incurred, as our quantum selves are trying to catch up with our will. In consequence, you will hear yourself speak on many different timelines at once. The echoes of your intentions will ring through the minds of many in many universes. This planet can sustain about 50 billion highly enlightened ascended masters if appropriately done. It seems that the spiritual hierarchy has this exact notion in mind. Archangel Michael is in the dragon mode, and this is because he is transmuting on a macro scale. The stark difference between this form and all the others that he takes is that this setting handles global issues with ease, but it is not ideal for smaller demonic forces. There are many moving parts, all of which have different uses at different times. It is the reason why you see so many changes in the position of the legions. In synchronicity, the demonic forces of the non-physical are begging for surrender. The leaders of organized darkness will not allow it, and it has forced the issue significantly. In dragon mode, it is much easier to handle the generals of organized darkness with excellent efficiency. This statement can be used as a suggestion of personal strategy as well. The animal legions are speaking very directly to our hearts. They are saying more via telepathy than ever before. The general message is that significant change is happening suddenly, so be ready. We have seen the spirit and animal guide legions' sigils, among others, pop up in the Schumann. The cause is one of our legions working directly on a macro scale and hijacking the incoming frequencies, not on purpose. The tools for today's assignments are in the link in the description below. The assignments for today are light up Mount Hermon, Lebanon, Syria with the violet flame. Then go in with a sword and shield, because this will surely awaken the many non-physical cowards who wish to ride out the next 2,000 years in dormancy. Send them home via portal addressed directly to infinitely expanding Creator Source. This is the 100th anniversary of mainstream media by the birth of the first radio news program. As a major driving force for organized darkness, this is a clue into their mentality. They will only work on cyclical timeline markers. As if they do not have a previous reference, they become mentally frozen in their efforts. We will go back to Detroit, Michigan, August 31st, 1920, and removing all of the metaphysical backing. MSM has their violet flame the entire city, and then violet flame the planet in 1920 for a 72 count. You must travel back to the date to perform this task. Organized darkness psychic attacks are moving in slow motion. When I saw a gentleman in a business suit trying to attack me, it immediately made me laugh because it was so futile. To me, it looked like someone in slow motion trying to do a roundhouse kick. You would have to be waiting in static for years to be affected by these attacks. You will see many business people in the ether making these slow motion attacks. Handle them with sword and shield while reprimanding them for their actions. Keep in mind that these are foolish humans who are alive and well in a body. There is a painting in Fauci's, I call him Falsey's office, that has a portal to a very dark being. Destroy the creature in the art, then the entrance that he protects, and then the network of portals behind it. Of course, use sword and shield, but I would suggest using a rainbow thread welded shut by platinum flame to close these gates. Just know that there are many other ways to handle this as well. There is no wrong way that feels right. The CCP death camps are authentic, and since no one else is being proactive on this, we will send them the appropriate measures. Much like we do with trafficking victims, put an orange infinity symbol upon the heads of the victims, and then blast these camps with an intense violet flame. This effort is to transmute these malevolent energies and make sure this scene is a public knowledge. In close, we will simultaneously implement a rainbow flame and ray light combination, engulf the earth in rainbow flame and hold it while simultaneously using the lights below in the following order: blue ray, yellow ray, pink ray, white ray, green ray, red ray, violet ray, diamond ray, a translucent version of all ray lights, and a rainbow ray, a dense combination of all ray lights. From archangeliccalendar.com and from Shamtrul Rinpoche, Tibetan Buddhist master. Searching for happiness outside is like trying to catch a rainbow, and I do, angels of the light, enjoy catching rainbows. 'Cause one has totally caught me. Oh, glorious light. Aho, things may start to get weirder around here. Heyoka coming in. There she is. Sacred clown. Okay, I'm going to get through this Angels of Light, and then we may let Heyoka in for a moment. Today from the Zolkin Times, Kin 122, White Overtone Wind. Overtone is the name for the number 5, and its keywords are empower, radiance, and command. The 5th day of a wave spell revs up the engine. Now we're in the fast lane. We are currently in the white mirror wave spell, and so today is influenced by the truth and accompanied by a powerful number. White wind represents communication, spirit, and breath. There are 20 glyphs in the Zolkin and 13 numbers or tones, so every 20 days we experience a white wind day, which is an excellent reminder to communicate, a healthy habit to have. This means it is a great day for meetings, consultations, public speaking, singing, and let's not forget breathing. Wind, of course, represents the air element, and breathing exercise connect us with this element and with spirit. As it is an overtone day, all the components of the day are amplified. And today from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, White Overtone Wind, Kin 122, 29 July 2020, 11:11 portal. 29/7/2020 equal 29/7/22 equal 11/7/4 equal 11/11 equal 4. 29 trials, spiritual strength. 11 portal, duality, doorway, partnership. 7 mystical, spiritual, magical, initiation. 22 architect of peace, master builder. 4 form, structure, foundation, earth. Kin 122 equal 5, change, transformation, freedom, divine synchronic time. Exactly 9 months ago, 260 days, Kin 122 occurred on the 11/11 portal day of 11 November 2019, and now after a full Zolkin spin, here we are again revisiting that same portal with the same 11/11 coding and Kin 122, absolutely phenomenal. And so we have arrived through the wormhole opened on that day 9 months ago to be birthed into a whole new place in the new time. Today's magical 11/11 portal is another divinely orchestrated blessing from Spirit. This phenomenal code being brought through the power of Spirit with waves of unconditional love is riding on the winds of change through the blue lunar storm, catalyzing tremendous transformation in our world. The overtone, spiritual tone of creation will command that we become more empowered and radiant beings, guided by the power of Spirit and the truth of our pure hearts. In God, Goddess, we trust. Day 5 in the white mirror wave spell of reflection, truth, illusion, endlessness, and magnification. A powerfully spiritual day of tuning in and receiving the radiance and empowerment of Spirit, which is magnified through white mirror. The white mirror is also magnifying the storm's actions, so all shadows will be revealed today. The shadow agenda and shadow players will be exposed. This crazy matrix chess game is fully collapsing before our eyes. Awakening of cosmic consciousness in the whole matrix of Gaia, releasing chains imposed by the power to submit to the human race. The power is inside our mind, activating our connection with the creative source, with the strength of our heart, through the love, the best weapon of war that can exist, annihilating its power to collapse, completely breaking old chains, liberating from slavery. all the men and women of the world, awakening to the only supreme religion of love, where there is no subjugation, manipulations, or division. We are all one. Shalom, Om, 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 Namaskar, Magdalena, Alejandra, Moyano, Aho. Tone of creation, overtone, tone 5 in the spiritual realm, action commands. Here comes Heyoka. Power empowers, essence radiance. Number 5 represents the center, core purpose, foundation, and central intent. It is the center of the wheel from which all the spokes emanate. This is the phase where the energy of creation returns to the center and then radiates outwards. Overtones command the unbounded. They order it to be, and so it becomes. Their power radiates from their soul essence through a pure connection to Source. This is the true source of unlimited power. So today, the lunar tone, revealing the duality in this blue storm year, will be pushing people to command back their power in the name of truth. Overtone plus white wind plus white dog is a triple dose of Source Spirit codes today, magnified, revealed, empowered, and radiated. Be mindful and be observant as you reflect within this 1111 gateway, as the communication channels are much clearer today. The voice of God will come through much stronger today, so find yourself a quiet sanctuary and be still in order to benefit from the whisperings of the white wind. There is much wisdom to be found through channeling divine messages, greater than any library or Google search. The divine can teach and show you incredibly wondrous revelations beyond your limited comprehension or technology. Spirit may also guide you to go to places or connect with people in order to open their hearts and minds to the divine. Trust in the messages, open your ears and expand your channel, allowing Spirit to dance through your vessel. Connect through your heart in devotional prayer, mantras, yoga, and appreciation. Fill your vessel with the breath of Spirit and radiate this holy light far out beyond the galaxy. Breathe in the sacred prana. So open your personal chalice to receive until your cup runneth over. Then turn around and fill the cups of others too, as we are now bringing forth a new era of enlightened, benevolent, and heart-centered divine servants. Kindness and compassion is the new current sea. So blessed are we, precious hearts, a powerful day for basking in pure devotion to Spirit, as you radiate the power of unconditional love through your being. Open the gate and walk through the doorway to your heart, leading you back home to Source. Today's question is, how can I empower myself and others through communicating and radiating the power of Divine Spirit through my pure heart, divine gratitude for the divine miracle and blessings we have been granted. Amen. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God of hosts. This is a sacred salutation which is used by all the hierarchy and the sons and daughters of light to greet the Father before his throne. Enjoy your holy, divine day. Namaste. In Lakeka Lakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 122, White Overtone Wind. The mantra, the code for today is, I empower in order to communicate. Commanding breath, I seal the input of Spirit with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of heart. And with our hearts open fully, with no hindrance and no limitation, and our love light shining brightly to all star blossoms connected around the sacred realm. Let us know, sacred beings of light, in the comments below what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're dreaming, your visions, your synchronicities, and what you see shining through these new earth activations. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future uploads. I'd like to thank everyone for your support on Patreon. If you'd like to make a pledge, you can do so at patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmission. We archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now that we got all that out of the way, I just do that daily because for some people it might be the first time they ever listen to one of these crazy transmissions. So speaking of crazy, we're going to balance crazy with wisdom. and see how much we can allow Heyoka to come in with these intense energies and many connections coming through in our day-to-day activities in life. I'm at a point where so many strange and interesting things happen. I should probably have someone just follow me around all day with a video camera, because you can't make this shift up. That's my that's my punchline. So we'll start here, sacred beings, with several things that transpired last night through some of the most intense waves of eternity coming in as I was fully activated from Divine Goddess, Queen of Venus, and these sacred crystal children, one of the most powerful crystal elves from Venus. My daughter in the higher dimensions reached through time and space and eternity, grabbing my hand and reconnecting me to the sacred queen. My whole life tried to open portals to return. I had some cognition most of my life through visions, dreams, synchronicities. One of my most sacred portals that I spent my whole life doing ceremony to open to return to my family, my Venusian elven family, was where I recorded the Starseed blueprint over a year ago, which many of you have witnessed and participated in that, which I've been returning to frequently to assist me in anchoring these highest codes and activations. So I go out into the earth, I'm wide awake, and these amazing cloud ships, and there she is, our mothership, our Venusian vessel, so brilliant and bright, with 5 beams of light blasting down upon me as I anchored in the highest codes into the earth. Whoa, I just got a activation in my spine with the Venusian elven wings. The elvens can manifest wings and shapeshift. I'm getting full recall and having visions of my little one as we transformed into lions. She used to love to play as a lion, daddy lion and daughter lion, and of course the queen lioness. So let's jump to another story here real quick, and then I'll bid you all adieu. Because what I want you all to, obviously we're all living out these final missions and activations. I'm being activated in this great prophecy, which has come to me my whole life through many shamans and healers and my angels of the Native American tribes that I can only repay with my greatest love. When I was a child, 11 years old, as I went on a vision quest with my friend and his parents, the first time I was ever out of the city. The first day we were down by the Mexican border in Texas. I was hit with Montezuma's revenge and almost lost my life. Then the next day or two in Juarez, and these things, I could tell you thousands of stories like this, but this is just one to let you know the synchronicity of what's unveiling right now. As I was walking with my friend and his mother and father in Juarez, on the border town in Mexico, it was about 120 degrees, and if you've ever been there, you know it's not a very clean city. It's in pretty poor condition. So much beauty within that, though. But being a very sensitive, negative starseed, you all know what I'm talking about. The strong sense of the smells of sewage and all this stuff. I was very sensitive, so I was getting nauseous and was trying to get away. And there was a moment I was walking into this crowd, and the crowd parted, and the shaman walked out and walked up to me and touched me on the cheek and said, and in that moment it was like a whiteout. It was just me and this shaman. And he said, "You are the golden child and will change the world." And I spun in and out of consciousness and anchored back into my vessel, and he was gone. But it's one of those pivotal points that you never forget. And then several days later, and I know looking back now the power of the shaman, because 6 months later my life was totally flipped upside down when one of the dark ones tried to take me out of this realm. And that is when my sacred brother Crazy Horse came in, 12 years old, to protect this vessel. He had to break the laws of physics many times. But he's been with me ever since, one of my closest comrades. But several days after the event in Juarez, we were on the reservation with my angels, the Navajo. And when I have trouble saying this, because they've been with me my whole life. The shamans and the natives and the elders, my angels. And on that day, the beautiful sun, as we were in ceremony, they surrounded me with their sacred children, 11 years old. After many years of trauma and suffering, they surround me with their children for this great healing, these beautiful angels. And we danced around the sacred hoop, the medicine wheel. And it was, at that time, one of the greatest joys I ever experienced. Then this young boy came out with eagle wings and danced around the center. I'll never forget it. The shadow was like an eagle soaring above this beautiful earth. This is it, angels. This is the final moments of the false suffering separation programming. We are all uniting through our rainbow tribes, all nations of this earth coming together. The sacred mother, divine goddess, Venusian queen, activating all of us through these sacred vessels to manifest new earth. And I've been to many powwows since that moment. And my native brothers know who I am. I could walk up, they would say, brother, it's been a while, even if I've never met them in this timeline, 144 coming in. I'd say, yes, brother. They've healed me many times. My Ojibwe family, thank you. Thank you to my Navajo, my Lakota Sioux, the Blackfoot, all nations of this earth. I love you all. We fly together now. Everywhere is the sacred hoop, the sacred dance, the sacred ceremony. Every step is a step of peace and balance and harmony on the medicine wheel, the sacred journey home to the center, to empower every living being to manifest heaven on earth, to unite with our most beloveds, reunite, some from many timelines, many dimensions. My deepest now, the 12D Venusian family that surrounds me now to assist myself and all of us, the angelics. And yes, they are my highest elven angelics. So I'll jump to another story to where maybe the Heokos will come back here. That was just the deepest passion and love that I'm feeling for my native families in all walks, all nations, all my brothers and sisters of this earth, all you that come to this channel. Thank you for sharing this great journey with me and for bringing your love and your light and your beautiful comments and your connections. I've spoken to many of you over the years and communicate through email. I can't respond. I get too many messages and emails now to respond the most, but thank you. If my higher self lets me know I have to connect with someone, but with these final energies, I don't know what the future will hold. I look at each day as if it's my last. That's how I lived my life. When I sit in front of this glowing Shiva Lingam, that's for my Hindu brothers and sisters. It is very strange to sit here and speak into this strange device, but we do it anyways. So today, as I receive more blasts of light from Goddess Blessed, I anchored into the powerful portal of Lake Erie at this park where they have these powerful stairs. They're like giant steps. They call the solstice steps, which is right on the shore of Lake Erie, that powerful portal. Many ships coming out of that portal. And this is a very interesting and strange place with all walks of life and many beautiful animals and sacred doggies. I connected today with some beautiful angels of the crystal children's and our dog angels, little doggies. One in particular was this tiny little angel. This man and woman walked by and I said, "Ah, look at the beautiful angel." And the woman holding it said, "Would you like to see him?" It's like, but of course. So they lifted her up to me and I put my face. I always touch my forehead many times, especially little puppies. It was a mixed terrier beagle, the cutest little thing, little fluff ball. And she started licking my nose. See, the elven nation, we greet each other, touching forehead to forehead. And with our sacred nose to nose, like the Eskimos. And our most beloved, we rub the pointy ears. Oh, those pointy little sacred ears of our elven kind. And I received more love connections. Of course, these love codes are coming from so many places and beings of light that are incarnated here now in mass numbers. Nothing can stop love now. Love has won. We're still, of course, not totally out of the woods yet, but the dark ones, I say to people, they're trying to kick the can down the road. Guess what? The road of the dark and the disturbing and the nefarious has come to an end. Now they're just kicking the can off the wall, the dead end they came to. So we navigate through that, living from our heart, transmitting as much love to everyone. See, that's the thing, beloved beings. All humans want the same thing. They want to love and be loved. We do our best to transmit that. Some people may not want to accept it yet. I walked by an elderly woman after the dog, and she was sitting, toking on a smoke. I say, "Hi, how are you?" I greet everyone, look at them, smile, and wave, and their face generally lights up. People, especially sitting alone, people get lonely, take a moment to connect. And I say, she said, "How are you?" I said, "Another day in paradise." That one usually gets many different responses. It was a beautiful day, though, with the sun shining bright and the cloud ships all around us. So she laughed and she said, "Yes, this definitely isn't Margaritaville anymore." I said, "Yes, but it is the Twilight Zone." And she laughed again and said, "Have a beautiful day." And as I was walking away, she yells to me, "You look exactly like my art teacher." And I turn around and I said, "Maybe I am." I said, "No, just kidding. I'm a shapeshifter. I transform into anyone you want me to be." And that's stuff like that. That's usually when I just get someone shaking their head like, "Okay." Heyoka in the house. So I wave and part ways, and as I come to these steps, walking up the steps, of course, greeting me is 4 crystal children. And all the crystal children know who I am. They've been coming to me for most of my life. I'm nothing really, just love. Nothing special, just pure love. Yeah, I can go by any name. You can call me whatever you like. The crystal children know that. They call me many names, but they transmit their highest codes to me. So as I'm walking up the step, they usually will point to my sky eye, which is in the center of the forehead, or wave to me or wave me over, like, "Come see me, brother." So as I walk up, the little child held up a bottle of water and said something about how much they love the water. I say, "Of course, little angel." And I look at these little blue eyes from this about 1-year-old little girl looking up at me. And I look at the parents and I say, "You are blessed to have these crystal children with you. They've come to bring peace to the world." And the father looked at me and goes, "Absolutely." As if, of course, most people don't know what I'm talking about, but people get it. They know you speak from your heart, transmit love. And through this awakening, more and more people are being activated. So go out into the world, beloved beings of light, and transmit your love and connect to our animal nations and our human nation and the crystal children, the sacred animals of this earth. Get out to nature as much as you can. Walk barefoot on the earth, but be careful, unless if you want some bee medicine. And walk with peace in every step, being aware as your soul at the bottom of our feet touch sacred Mother Earth, creating sacred space, connecting through this sacred connection with mother and child, lover and loved. And keep walking your sacred path with heart. Do not let anything keep you down. If it brings you down, lift up with love. The crystal children are all over this realm, in every corner, on every portal, to transmit pure love of Source to all of us. So go out and connect, even briefly for a day. So thank you for joining me today, sacred beings of light. Have a beautiful and most sacred moment by moment in this eternal now, in the full presence of the divine, forevermore. I love you all. Namaste.